my storage ran out, so yeah, this is really going to just be a higgledy-piggledy mess, and thank you for sticking with me. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to the Chit Chatty Chaos. Please give me a chance, see if you enjoy what I waffle on about, and if you do and you want to stick around, that would be fabulous. If you are returning, thank you. I can't put into words how much you all mean to me and how happy you make my heart, honestly. I'm still absolutely blown away by the fact that so many people choose to welcome me into their homes via their TV or phones for an hour every time I've uploaded a YouTube video. So yeah, just, you're all wonderful. You truly are all wonderful. And welcome back. As always, hi, hello, how are you? My name is Holly. I am 37. I live in Essex with my husband and our Bengal cat Boo, and my pronouns are she and her. And I'm going to have to ask you to bear with me today, please, everybody. I'm feeling quite dysregulated. I haven't been very well the last few days. I've been quite sick and I'm just not feeling myself. I'm finding it really difficult to sit down and get this out. And I don't know why. I'm feeling very self-conscious today, more so than usual. And yeah, it's a little ride on the struggle bus at the moment. So I do apologise in advance if this becomes even more waffly than normal, which will be an achievement. I mean, I'm pretty good at waffling. So yeah, I'm going to try and rein it in a little bit. But I thought I might as well be honest. I just feel really off at the moment. So I'm going to try my best. It's been about a month since my last video, and there's been some super duper positive stuff happening in that last month, but there's also been some really hard things to deal with as well. And I'm going to talk about the hard things first, just to kind of get them out of the way, and maybe then I'll feel less dysregulated. But also it kind of ties into stuff that I've already spoken about, and I'm finding with each video I'm noticing a lot of progress in myself, and I'm finding it really helpful to kind of challenge myself in terms of my mental health. Like, I do not shy away from talking about my mental health or my physical health. I don't see the point, not anymore. I was very embarrassed by it for most of my life, and it's just, this is me, it is who I am. I can't change it, and I feel that it would be dishonest to present a different version of myself, because I can't be anybody else but me. And I've spoken about that little bits in my other two videos, and in my last video I was talking about some of the struggles that I face with having OCD and complex post-traumatic stress, and how traumatic events in my life since I was a child have generally coincided with something good. So something good happened, something bad happened, and over time, especially when people are exposed to lots of trauma, generally speaking, the human brain, there's a fly, sorry, tries to connect the dots and work out the whys and the wheres and the hows. And most of the time with trauma, that gets completely jumbled up and you end up fixating on the wrong thing. And in my instance, I have fixated on me being the common denominator, and so I cause these bad things to happen. So if I don't think about them, I don't look forward to them, I don't plan them, nothing bad will happen. And that is absolute tosh, and I know that and you know that, but that's how my brain works, unfortunately. And in my last video I shared a cross stitch that I'd stitched for mine and my husband's 10-year anniversary of getting together, and I spoke about how difficult it had been to work on that project before our anniversary, because my brain was screaming at me that if I do it in advance, something bad will happen and I will jinx it. And I really pushed against that, and it was really, really good. And there was still something while I was filming it telling me, and I think I mentioned this in the video, like my head is still saying something bad's going to happen. And then I very naturally ended up talking about my tortoise, Sebastian, and he passed away the next day. And I have to sort of say, he has been poorly for quite some time. He was an old tortoise. He was a very old tortoise. And I've known him had known him my whole life. He was my mum's tortoise before he was given to me. And he'd already had, you know, a considerable amount of years before my mum got him. So we think at a minimum he was about 72, and he wasn't well. You know, we knew that it was going to happen. I really did not expect it to be the day after I spoke about him, and I hadn't planned to speak about him or anything. And I'll be honest with you, it has knocked me for six. Like any pet loss would, I think, but I think it's just that those really negative thought processes that can happen in my brain really, really put their claws in the week and a half after that video went up. And I worked on what I usually work on to try and get those to calm down. And, you know, lots of good happened after he passed away as well. But when I sort of started to think about recording a few days ago, my brain was just like, you can't go back to YouTube. You can't talk about anybody that you've been speaking to online. You can't talk about Jason, like my husband. You can't talk about my brother, because something bad will happen. And like I said, I know logically that is not true. It doesn't make it any easier. And I think if you struggle with your mental health, or you have OCD or complex post-traumatic stress or PTSD, whatever, you'll know. I think it's harder for people who haven't ever had these issues to understand it sometimes. And I think that's why I like to try and talk about it. There can be some really awful discourse about people with mental health issues and people with disabilities in general. It's not everybody, but the stuff that does come out is nasty. And if I can help anybody either feel less alone in their struggle, or help somebody realise that it's not anything that we would ever wish on ourselves or anyone else, and help people understand it a little bit more, then it's good news for me, you know? So, and I'm very passionate about mental health. I have a degree in psychology. I wanted to be a nurse. I actually got accepted to King's College London to do a nursing degree before I got sick. And when that happened, I couldn't pursue that degree, I switched to psychology with the hope of becoming a counsellor or psychologist. It's still my goal. I still want to do that. So I am very, very passionate about mental health and about reducing the stigma. I do hope that the majority of you feel comfortable with me talking about that, but I do not take it personally if you don't. I haven't worked out how to do the timestamp jumpy doodads at the bottom. But yeah, like, if it's not something you're comfortable with, please know I will not take it personally if you don't want to follow. But yeah, it's been really hard to come back. Really, really hard. I think that's where a lot of my dysregulation is sitting today. In literally, I wish you could hear it. Actually, I don't wish you could hear it because it's horrific. But I'm talking to you, my head is literally screaming at me at the same time to stop. Like, don't talk. Don't mention any of the positive stuff. You will jinx it. And we're going to push through that. We're pushing through it because it's absolute hogswash. So here we are. So on to the good stuff. Why I haven't been able to come back. Hydrotherapy. And boy, if you saw my story, not Monday, just gone Monday before, I started hydrotherapy. I have 6 sessions of it. And honestly, I dread the day that it ends because I've been loving it. But talk about, like, we've talked about crafter's audacity in the past on this channel. I just think 90% of my being, you know, it's like 90% of your body's water. Mine is audacity. It just is. And I was in the pool, again, not Monday, just gone Monday before. And I felt my body start to respond, like my legs in particular, properly to physio for the first time in years. And I was so excited by it, I just completely shut out the fact that I have extreme pain and that my brain isn't, like the wiring is not working correctly at the moment. And I just fully went for it and really shouldn't have. I think in my head, I was like envisaging myself as like Olympic or Paralympic swimmer, gold medal like person, and got out of the pool. Physically, I was shaking from head to toe from how exhausted I was. And then I'd knackered myself so much I couldn't really talk for the next sort of 3 to 4 days properly. And pain-wise, it only lifted back to my baseline level of pain, like on the Sunday or the Saturday or Sunday before my session this Monday. And when I told, like you get asked every time you go in, you're asked how the last week was and whatever. And I told him and he was just like, naughty. So yeah, I got a bit of a telling off for that. But that's been fabulous. Like it really has. I'm feeling a lot more myself than I have done in a very long time. It was my birthday. I turned 37. I have lots of different feels about that. I think birthdays for me in general can be a bit of a tricky thing to navigate. But my brother came down and I refer to him as sort of like, he's my big little brother. He's only a couple of years younger than me. But like, I'm tall. I'm 5'10" nearly. He's like 6'2", 6'3". And it's just a bit rude considering he's younger than me. And like, I'm not joking. I remember, as siblings do, when you're sort of having your play fights when you're younger, overnight, he just, and I was like, oh, okay, well, not going to like play fight with you anymore because you're too big now. And yeah, literally overnight, it's just zoom. And it was wonderful having him here. Like genuinely just, I love having him here. We talk frequently over the phone and on video call and all of that, but it's just, it was really nice to be able to sit down, have a giggle. We went to Ipswich. I'm going to show you some of my stitchy birthday goodness that I've bought or been given. And yeah, going to Ipswich was amazing because it was the first, literally I could count on my hand this year up to my birthday how many times I've been out the house for leisure as opposed to hospital, doctors, physio, all of that. And it was one of a handful of times of getting out the house and it was absolutely exhausting, but just, it was incredible. I had such a lovely day spending it with Thomas and Jason. Thomas is my brother, Jason is my husband. And yeah, just amazing, really amazing. Another positive, just very randomly, is that a couple of referrals seem to be moving forward from the hospital. One of them is regarding an inpatient stay at the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital, I think that's what it's called, to do with my deconditioning, hypermobility POTS, all of that kind of stuff. And the other one is to do with therapy. Sorry, there's loads of really pretty birds outside. If you're new here, you'll know that I don't tend to look at you. I don't mean to. I get very easily distracted. But yeah, the other one is for trauma therapy. And I never thought ever that I'd say I would be excited about trauma therapy. But I've finally been referred 5 years on a list of lists. And I'm finally on another waiting list now for EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization therapy, something like that. I can't remember. And I can't wait. It's been a long time coming. I'm terrified, absolutely terrified of what it's going to bring to the surface. And I know it's going to be hard, but I cannot wait for it because I need to get my life back. I need some semblance of my life back. I really do. Yeah, so, and then another real positive that I'm going to kind of talk about now before I get onto the stitching. I'm sorry, I'm really conscious there's 15 minutes of me waffling. But I've been making progress in the background talking to people. Now, I know some of you might be coming on here and being like, excuse me, ma'am, I've messaged you and you haven't replied yet. Please forgive me. I'm very tired and I'm very overwhelmed at the moment. That is just me being brutally honest. I'm really trying to keep up with messages. I struggle with it. I was very open about that in my first message. This is very new to me, talking to people. It's been a very long time since I've engaged with people like I have been, and I know it might not be enough sometimes. I'm very wary of that, but also again, I'm trying not to mask or push myself. I'm trying to allow myself to be me within my limit so that I don't burn out completely. And somebody who's been helping me immensely with that is Jess from Cross Stitch. Jess, I mean, the amount of times I message her and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to just not reply, and she's just wonderful about it. So many of you have been. There's somebody else that I've spoken to on and off on Instagram. I think they're called the Travelling Stitcher, who I've said it to her as well. Like, I'm so sorry I didn't reply. And it's just like, why? Life gets in the way. And like, it's such a foreign concept to me that sometimes, because I've always been sort of, it's been drummed into me that I have to be available 24/7 for people. And I'm unlearning a lot of these things, but they can also feel super scary. So if I haven't replied and it's important, please just ping me another one. Just, Holly, please read. If it's just more general conversation I haven't replied to, I promise I will. I'm overwhelmed, and I can only be honest about it at the moment. But in saying that, a big step, I have put my name down for a stitchy day in September, and Holly from 3 months ago never ever would have seen that happening, so it's huge. I'm going with Jess. I can't remember the name of the stitchy retreat. I think the lady who runs it is called Jade. It's in and around Bury St Edmunds. I'm terrified. Absolutely terrified, but also cannot wait. And the next step in my trying to push myself a little bit is going to be to try and talk to Jess on Discord, like voice to voice, as opposed to this. And also a lovely lady who I've got it written down here. I think her name is Emma from Rose Cottage Creates. And if I've messed that up, please forgive me. But she also was talking about, I think, an Instagram group. So that is then my next step, is to try and join an Instagram group chat and just, you know, be there. And if I can talk, I will. If I can't, I won't. It's not the end of the world. But I have been actively trying to just talk on more people's posts and just, your stitching's beautiful, or I loved your video, or oh, that's fabulous, like, instead of being really scared that I'm bothering people. So lots and lots of really good progress happening in the background, which is just amazing. I'm proud of myself. I keep trying to tell myself and remind myself my body is doing a lot right now. It's going through a lot, my mind also, and I'm proud of the things that I'm doing. They may seem small to some, to me they are Everest, and I'm tackling it, so it's all good stuff. Anyway, stitching. I have got 2 new starts, and one was a birthday start, and it is Love Poppet Night Riders. And I have been, I'm going to try just show you the very edge, just highlighting the paper. I did take a photograph of it and put it on Markup XP, and I believe it's not a very good photo. It's around 309 stitches I've done. And I love it. So this is being stitched on 28 count Mysterious Marine, opalescent by the way, by Little Guinea Stitching. And Leah, if I've got the colour wrong, please let me know. But it's definitely the blue. It looks very grey on here, but it's not. It's one of their blues. And I really love this stitch so far. I'm very excited to get to the moon. I've learned that I really do quite like the intricate, like, fussy patterns. They relax me more than block. Block stresses me out, actually, which is quite funny because I thought it would be the other way around. Really enjoying stitching that. So that was my birthday start. I won't be stitching on that until August, September now. That's going to the side. And another one was Pride Besties. I've done 951 stitches, and this is by Samantha Lane Textiles, and it's a stitch along, which I believe all the parts are out now. Look at the cow. I love cows. I love cows. I have a cow behind me as well. There we go. My beautiful friend Claire crocheted for me, and she did this graduation owl. Where? There. Yeah. And he has my Iron Maiden beanie on. But I love cows. I'm obsessed with them. This is stitched. I'm going off on a tangent. 32 count. Crystal Skies by Pole. So Pole Stitch Designs or Pole Stitches Designs. And it is stunning. And I think that's a pretty good... It's accurate. She's pretty. Oh, and it's twinkly, opalescent. That's going to be put aside as well for now, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Then we've got so they were my new starts. Sorry, they were my new starts. And then my only whip that I've been working on is the World Cup tracker. And I did do 4,285 stitches since the last time. But it's nowhere near where I had hoped it would be. I really wanted to have at least some of the flags done. But it is what it is. I've had so much other things going on, and it's okay. It's okay. The world isn't going to end because I didn't finish it in time. I am going to keep on chipping away at this. I've just forgot. Guinea Green Even Weave, not opalescent, by Little Guinea Stitches. Little Guinea Stitching, and it is also, the pattern is by Graham from Little Guinea Stitching as well. I'm going to keep on working on it, you know, but it's not going to be finished, and that's fine. What I am going to do instead now for July is Christmas in July, and I know a few people call it Jolly July and some other things, but it's something that I mentioned in my first video that I wanted to do, and I've stuck to it. And I think Pam from Ditsy Daisy Crafts actually shared this. I want to cover it. This isn't like my style, so I'm going to get some contact paper to like cover it, but it's like a monthly diary, and this is a game changer. Some months I'll sit there, like when I look at markup XP, and I'm like, I really haven't stitched that much. Like I've only done like 10 or 20 stitches, which I never do that little, but you know, I'll feel really bad about it. And writing this, I got this in June and I've backdated it. Every single month I have done like 5,500, 1,700, 3,000, 3,400. Like I've done way more than I thought. So yeah, I've been really enjoying writing in this, and I did write so I couldn't back out of it. Christmas in July. So that's what we're doing. And yesterday, which was the 1st of July, I started on Ho Ho Holiday by the Tiny Modernist. This is opalescent even weave by Little Guinea Stitching as well. I cannot remember the colour, I'll put it below, but it is like the grey colour. And I'm going to put a picture here of where I'm at with it, but you can also see it on Instagram. I've just got the bottom panel to do. I did 206 stitches on it yesterday, which was this. And I adore this pattern, so much so that I don't want to finish it, but I do want to finish it to get it framed for Christmas. So this is my priority for Christmas in July. I do think I'll get it finished, and I don't think it will take very long to do that, but it is my priority to get it finished, do the back stitching, all of that good stuff. Yeah, so I can't remember. It's opalescent. I thought it would look like snow, but yeah, I love it. I love it so much. And I want to do the Halloween version. It looks very similar. Again, Tiny Modernist, but it's the same frame style. I think it's last year's Halloween stitch along. But to be fair, like if I had the money, I would just be surrounded by Tiny Modernist stuff and Witchy Stitcher stuff and the Gilded Moth. I will be back. Whew, sorry about that. I had to go take some painkillers. So yeah, that's the ho-ho holiday is my priority. And then the next two that I'll still be working on, even though that is my priority, is the Die Hard stitch along. And I can assure you that there will be more than just this little like stitch by the time I come back in August. I can't wait to stitch on this one because I was so excited. It's so fun. Like, it's from Hoops and Crosses. This is 14 count. Oh, hello. It is one of those days. Come here. Hi. Hi. Are you okay? I know. Daddy will be home soon. Yeah. Mwah. Hi, gorgeous. We have a boo. But yeah, by August, I can assure you that I will have more on it. Hoops and Crosses, there we go. I love her patterns. I really do adore them. They're so fun. They really are so fun. So that's the Ada that come with the kit. I have all of the sort of floss ready in this little bag. Sorry for the noise. But yeah, it's all ready to go. Don't you buff that. Sit. Yeah, good boy. And then the last Christmas stitch I will be working on is, I think it's called Christmas Stamps by Lakeside Needlecraft. And this is all I got done last December. But I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a bit bigger than where I folded it, but yeah, that's what I've got done so far. Again, I think it's 14 count Ada. I don't know the colour. It come in like a kit. Or like you had the choice to ask for it to be sent as like a kit. And yeah, so that's my Christmas in July plans. My whole reasoning for doing Christmas in July is when, obviously, I'm only just over a year into my stitchy journey. And I, crafting audacity, very much thought that I could get all of these Christmas projects done in a month. Like, who do I think I am? Clearly never happened. And I mean, the people who are able to really go through their stitching, whew, I applaud you, but it's not for me. I'm learning more and more. I do like the kind of Zen side of it. It really relaxes me. So yeah, I was just thinking that it means that I will have progress on them when November/December comes around. And then if I want to get any more Christmas projects, I can start them. And my brain will be like, well, there's room for them now because you've at least made progress on the other ones. So yeah, that's them. I'm sorry that there's going to be a lot of choppy change in editing. It really has just been one of those days. I think it's quite funny though. It's quite fitting for how I feel sort of physically as well. Boo's in the background just being Boo. So I do apologise. Next, I have to share, before I go on to some of my birthday goodies, I have to do a massive shout out to Leah from Leah's Crafty Chapters, because as I said, we went to Ipswich for my birthday and I came home and there was a package on the doorstep and I was just like, have I ordered anything? Like, what have I ordered that I don't remember? I was running through all these things and like there was an address on it and I was thinking to myself, like, I'm sure I haven't ordered anything. Like, what's going on? And I have to introduce you to Percival, okay? I never in my life thought I would be crying over a willy, but here we are. And when I tell you, I was in tears, genuinely, happy tears. Look at him. He's amazing. And I just can't believe that, like, she made him for me for my birthday. Like, I'm getting emotional. And You guys are just awesome. Truly, you're just awesome. And Leah, I love you to pieces. This is the best thing ever. And I just can't cope with him. He comes with me everywhere, by the way. Like, and we didn't get to go to Download Festival this year, which is like a metal alternative music festival in the UK. But we're hopefully going to go next year. And I got, if you've been on Instagram, you will see that I got an electric power attachment for my wheelchair. He is going on the front. I'm going to make him like a little biker jacket. He is going on the front of my trike. Like, I adore him. I was having a panic attack last night. I was clutching onto him. I was just like, everything will be fine. Isn't he fantastic? So Leah has one too. She made one for herself. And this is where I just can't cope with the generosity of all of you and the stitchy community. I hear so many people in their other videos of, you know, people who've gifted them things, or when people have been down, it's just amazing. It really is. And Leah had put a video up saying that she was going to crochet a willy, right? And this was to go with the penis mood cycle pattern, which her husband Graham designed, which I'm stitching on. And I was like, genius, I now also need to crochet a willy. And she did it as a surprise, and she asked Graham for my address because I've ordered from them before, obviously, and it was the biggest surprise ever. And she has one too. I think her one is Pepe and he's lemon, like yellow. And yeah, just, I can't thank you enough. I'm really trying to hold back bursting into tears over a penis on YouTube. But I love him. I love him so much. And it's just the kindest. I can't believe you took time out of your day to make him for me, Leah. Thank you. I love him. So he is now YouTube mascot. He is. I don't think you can see him quite there, but next time he's going to be in pride of place. And then I have to also give a shout out to Mara and her wonderful daughter Poppy for, I'm trying to get everything. Mara messaged me and she was just like, I've been wanting to send you something, and then I realised it was your birthday, and I promised I'm not a weirdo, please can I have your address? And I was like, I didn't see it for a little while, like going back to me not always getting to people's messages, and I replied to her and I was like, look, I realise it's been a couple of days, please, you don't have to do anything, like just the fact that you've messaged is more, like I can't put it into words. And anyway, I said, you can have my address, but if you've changed your mind or anything, just please don't feel any pressure. I'm not like that. And I just can't cope. Like, I really can't cope. Now, I'm going to have to say who they're from, like the shop. Kate Blandford. I'm really sorry if I've messed that up. But I've been looking at Kate's stuff for ages and just never quite committing to it. And yeah, Mara and Poppy got me the floss drop set, and I think the colourway is called Birthday or Birthday Cake. Let me take them off. I'm so not prepared today. I'm so sorry. They're stunning. Look. Oh, that's see-through. That don't help. It's just stunning. And it comes with a little pink hoop. And then a thread organiser. And I already know, like, I had in mind what pattern I was going to use all of this stuff for. But I've got a different pattern in my mind that I want to use it for. And then needle minders. And I've put these back on the card because I had them on my projects. But I love talking to Mara. I love talking to everybody, but there's so many people who have messaged me who have opened up about their own struggles, or struggles of people that they love, their family, whatever. And it's just, I don't know, it means a lot to me that you guys feel comfortable enough to do that, or there's something that you feel in me to trust with that information. And yeah, I just think you're all amazing, like genuinely. And I love talking Tamara so much. I really do. And I also know that I need to reply to you. I haven't forgotten, I promise. So yeah, I cried a lot. I'm a very tearful person, like, and there was lots of tears. It was very, very tearful. So lastly is just some of the stitchy goodies that I got for my birthday, and yeah, like, just if you want to stick around, please do. At this point, I am very aware of how chaotic this video really has been, and I'm not giving up on it at this point. I've restarted so many times, I don't have it in me to do it again. Yeah, and we still got a boo. We still got a boo. Everybody loves a boo. So I got, Jason got me rather, this lovely needle minder. Oops, which is little ghosts in a teacup. I love spooky, I love tea. And it is by Botanical Craft Studio. I would imagine Etsy. Love it. And I love this one. Feathers from, is it Boffy Threads? Yeah, Boffy Threads. I love needle minders. I have nowhere near as many as I would like, but time I will. And then he got me, oh, I also did get the paper pattern for Gamer Nouveau, right? And opened it, saw the first page and proceeded to have a meltdown because, excuse me, there's sprinkle stitches and then there's sprinkle stitches. So this is, it's not the Gecko Rouge one, but it's okay. I've seen finished versions of this one and I still will do it. I don't have the fabric or floss for it yet. That is something that I will progress to, but I have the pattern. So I got the pattern as well from Jason. Oh no, where is it? I found it. I got this beautiful cow. I told you I'm obsessed with cows, by Plum Street Samplers, and it came with the Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colour Works floss. So I just need to get myself some linen. I think I'll do that on linen. But yeah, I'm super excited to stitch that. So that was from Jason. I got this book. I think it's from like 1997. There's a couple, I can't show you the patterns. Maybe this. There's a couple of like really cool ones in there that I'd love to stitch. And some like astrological ones. Sorry for the glare. My storage ran out, so yeah, this is really gonna just be a higgledy-piggledy mess, and thank you for sticking with me. Hot Trotter Stitches. This is from Jason. I love this. You know, the seaside and fish and chips, it very much reminds me, well, both of us, of each other. Are you going to sit down? Oh, you good boy. None of that. And then this pouch from Hot Trotter Stitches. And this thing, which is genius. I've never... It's a mess. Because I was using the fish and chip one for the Pride Besties. And this is the floss left from it. I don't know if I'm using it properly or not, but... Thread bed, I think. I love them. And it's really soft. And the it's like glittery, the vinyl. Yeah, so they're from Jason. And then I was given some money from Jason's mum, and I got some fabric from Pole Stitches Designs, I think they're called. So this first bit is called Witching Hour. It's gorgeous. I'll put a photo in of the cross stitch pattern I want to do on it. I think it's showing a little bit darker on camera, but it's stunning. And it's the Witchy Stitcher it's like a cat in a window. That's the one I want to do on this. Obviously there's going to be loads left over, which is fab, but yeah, that's witching hour, and it's not opalescent, this one. The next two are, and I love them. So you've already seen a bit of Crystal Skies. This is showing more grey, I think, on the camera, at least where I'm looking. It might look a bit different when I upload it, but it's definitely more purple. It's really difficult, isn't it? But it's beautiful. And the next piece is for there's the stitch that I want to do for my mum, which I showed in my last video, the Silver Creek samplers. I think it's When Life Is Done, and this is called Dawn, sorry for the noise, Dawn Chorus, and my mum's middle name was Dawn. And again, I feel like it's showing a bit more sort of grey kind of colour, and it isn't. It's like the most beautiful pink, blue and purple. That little section might be a good, it's stunning, and it's opalescent. But I'll try and maybe get a photo of it as well to put alongside it. Are you not getting enough attention, Bubba? But yeah, they're just beautiful. They're my first like mottled, I don't know if that's the right word. There, that's it. Over here. The first like mottled hand dyed fabrics that I've got, and I could not be happier with them. I'd done a lot of research, and I'd seen some where I was like, oh gosh, that looks nothing like the photo, but pleasantly surprised with these ones. So they're from Jason's mum. So from my wonderful brother, I got some fabric from most of the fabrics from a shop called Franklin's, which is in Ipswich, and 2 pieces are from a seller on Etsy. I will try to put the links down below, but I do believe a lot of sellers sell kind of the same fabric, so I didn't pick it because it was a particular seller, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna show you my thought processes of what fabrics match what. And these will probably be project bags or maybe book bags, or I don't know. I've just been really enjoying stitching, and I'd like to get back into it. So first, oh, and they're all fat quarters apart from 4 pieces. So there's this wonderful cat fabric, and I thought it would look really nice with this like purple polka dot fabric. There's this really cool like jungle fabric, and I thought this one would go really well with this pink fabric. I also did get some vinyl and some like interfacing, but I won't show you that. It's not particularly exciting. There's this stunning fabric. Now this is, I think, 1/2 meter or half a yard, and I thought it would go really nice with this fabric. I had wanted an orange one, but the orange they had was like really red orange, and I don't think it looked right. Yeah, and I got more of that because I love spooky fabric, so I'll probably be wanting to make lots of different things with that. Staying on the spooky theme, again, 1/2 meter or 1/2 yard of this ghost fabric, and green, like just slime green, super fun. And I got this zip to go with that one in particular. It's like a rainbow iridescent and black and white stripes. I thought that would look really cool. This purple was kind of just random. I got it as a spare. I think it was also to perhaps go with like the jungle themed one. I can't quite remember, if I'm honest. I was just like, ooh, pretty fabric. And then I ordered these 2. Now there is a 3rd bit of fabric as well. Now these are both 1/2 yards. They did look more pastel online, and they're not. They're very bright. So there's this fabric. And I got it to go with this fabric because I collect Nintendo consoles. The Legend of Zelda is my favourite game, and I collect Legend of Zelda stuff. And Link is clearly not having a good time in the heat either. But yeah, this was super cute, but it is a lot brighter than I thought. So I got this zip to go with it. And I think it still works. Like I think it still works. But I do also think that this black works quite well with the Mario as well. But I do have quite a lot of it. So I've got enough fabric to practice and play about with and just make some things and enjoy it. Because like I said, cross stitch has opened up my other hobbies to me as well again, which has been fantastic. And I will show you some books just because they're here. I will never be a Flosstuber who tries to do reviews. I'm terrible at it. I'll either be telling you the entire story, or I'll be like, this book had pages and I read them. It was great. I'm not good at that kind of thing. But I'm going to butcher all of this, but Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. It had a cat on it and it was pretty. But the premise of it sounds pretty cool. It's about a PhD student and some kind of thing she does. See? Top notch stuff right there. The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. It sounds really interesting. I used to be a very big reader. I haven't read pretty much since my mum died. I'm trying to get back into it this year, really struggling. I'm currently reading Fairy Tale by Stephen King, Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King, which I think will be a DNF because it's a bit too heavy for me at the moment, I think, and Project Hail Mary. I'm really enjoying Fairy Tale and Project Hail Mary, but I'm just struggling to be the reader I used to be. So, yeah, adding books when I'm not finishing them, it's quite a choice, but I gave in anyway and got Dungeon Crawler Carl because I am a gamer. I like desktop roleplay games, Dungeons & Dragons, all of that good stuff, board games, and this intrigues me greatly. I don't tend to follow things that become like a massive trend because usually I end up disappointed, but I've given in to the hype and I'm looking forward to it. There's a talking cat in it apparently called Donut or something. So yeah, I can't remember what they're called. But I'm looking forward to it. And the very last book I got was actually recommended by the psychologist I saw the other day, and it's called The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. And it also has a Matisse picture, and I like Matisse. But yeah, it's obviously that's something that I will read through and work through on an interest base because of my interest in psychology, but also probably I will learn some bits from it for myself as well. So yeah, really looking forward to starting that at some point. And that's it for my purchases and all of that good stuff. So now I'm going to do my shout outs. We finally got here. If you're still here, you deserve a medal, honestly, because I'm not sure how I'm still here. About 5 minutes ago I wanted to yeet my phone into space, so the fact that we're all still here is a miracle. I'm imagining there's probably one or two of you. Please make sure you treat yourself after this absolute ordeal of a show. So my shout outs finally, again, Mara and Poppy, you're wonderful. Thank you for making my birthday so special, and I just can't thank you enough. Leah and Graham, Leah, you know I love you to pieces, and Graham, I think you're brilliant. Just thank you. Thank you. And then I mentioned Emma before. Emma is from Rose Cottage Creates on Instagram and on YouTube. I will put all the names just in case I've messed any up. I love Emma's videos. She just comes across as the most fun person, and I just want to sit there and have her talk at me like about all the things. She's just come back from Big Stitch, I think, and I think today or yesterday she uploaded her video. I can't wait to see it. She did a post on Instagram showing like the little bit of stitching that she did because she was too busy having fun, and it just made me giggle so much because I was like, that would be me. I'd go there with the best of intentions to sit there and have like a full coverage finish by the time I left and get like 2 stitches done. It'd be like my Die Hard stitch along. But she's wonderful, and she makes these beautiful pins that I thought were like for counting your holes on fabric, but her finishes are sensational. Like, go and check them out. I haven't heard anybody mention Tim Holtz for a very long time. Like when I used to be part of the like scrapbooking community and like mixed media art. I used to do a lot of mixed media art before I got unwell. And yeah, like she's got shadow box thing. Just go watch her, please. Like I think she's absolutely brilliant. And I am plucking up the courage to join their Stitchy chat group on Instagram. I've already mentioned Kerry. I think if I haven't, it's because it's all gone higgledy-piggledy, but I was saying that Kerry and Leah have basically reignited something in me to want to read again. And Kerry is colourfully cross-stitched over on YouTube and Instagram. I love all of her projects, all of her whips. They're brilliant. She recently had a finish, which everybody should go check out because it was brilliant. And she's currently doing Books Are Magic as her birthday stitch, which I was going to join in with, but I don't currently have the pattern. And I think I'm going to use the pattern to help me read more. So I'm going to not join for now, but I wish you, Kerry, the most amazing birthday. I hope you have a brilliant day, and everybody go and check her out. Especially, she's doing Medicine is Poison by the Witchy Stitcher, and the colourway that she's changed it to is sensational. It's so pretty. So somebody who is new to me is Rosie from Rosie Cross Stitches. Now, I believe Rosie used to make Flosstubes and then had a bit of a break and has come back to it. It was quite funny because in a video recently she was saying how in editing she was finding some of the stuff that she did, like noises she made or whatever, were annoying her, and I hadn't noticed them until she said that. And even then after it I'm not really noticing it, but I relate so much because when I go back I get so peed off with the fact that my eyes literally look like they're going to spin out my head into space, and my hands are everywhere, and I smack my lips or I swallow really loudly. And I think watching yourself is the most humbling experience. But yeah, she's brilliant, and all of her projects are beautiful and super enabling. My list grows every single day. Like it's insane. I need to work out a different way of storing all the stuff I want to get. But that's Rosie Cross Stitches, so please go check her out. Nat from Whiskers and Thread, and Dobby. Give Dobby. I love Dobby. Just her Snail's Hollow is brilliant, and it's really small, and I can't remember whether that was an intentional decision or not, but it's I love it. And she's done it rainbow coloured, and it's just watching people interpret the patterns in their own way is so, I don't know, it's part of my favourite thing of this hobby, like truly. But yeah, she gave me a lovely shout out, and I was already watching. And honestly, anytime anybody says to me, I'm like, oh my god, they talked about me, this is amazing. I'm like fangirling everybody. But go and check Nat and Dobby out. Dobby was in the video. We love Dobby. Cat's Cross Stitches. So Cat again gave me a wonderful shout out, and I was super tearful. I'm always tearful, everyone, just except that I'm either going to be manic or tearful, or borderline having a breakdown. But Kat's sense of humour is right up my street. Like I have a very dark sense of humour, and I also have a very dry sense of humour sometimes. That not people don't always get it, but I can be very dry with my humour. And there was something that she said about the weather, and it was like, the weather's as grey as miserable as my heart and soul. And it was so deadpan, I was in hysterics. Like, it was so funny. But instantly I was just like, you are my person. You are my kind of person. I love all of the projects that they're working on. They're brilliant. Lots of spooky ones, lots of witchy stitcher. I can't remember whether it was a Stitch Crypt. There's another one. But yeah, please go and check Kat out. But she is also going to be working on, what's it called? When Life is Done. So the stitch that I'm doing in sort of memory of my mum, she will also be doing in memory of her mum too. So it'd be really lovely to sort of see that come together while I'm doing mine as well. And last but not least this time, I really haven't watched many YouTube videos this month. I need to catch up. There's so many on my catch up list. But the lovely Jen from Wild Dragon Stitcher, I love Jen. I love her videos. We've spoken a little bit in Instagram Messenger. Again, I'm working on my confidence talking to people. She's just wonderful. And I really wanted to do the flower stitch along this year. I think I downloaded the frame, and then there were so many other things going on, I didn't get around to doing it. It is on my absolute 100% to do next year. So I'm going to buy the project from Ko-fi next year when it becomes available in full, or however it works over there. I don't really understand it, and I'm going to be stitching that. But yeah, all of the patterns, especially some of the like Twilight ones, they crack me up. Anything Twilight related especially is like the funny humorous side of Twilight. It makes me laugh. I can't remember who else did it, but somebody did like an egg version of Edward and literally 3D printed an egg hoop. Killed me. I was in tears laughing. So yeah, go and please, I think it's Wild Dragon Stitcher, Jenny's Wild Dragon Stitcher on YouTube, but I think her name might be slightly different on Instagram, but I'll add both in the description and here if I can. Yeah, I think that's it. I think this was it was emotional. It was emotional. I don't quite know how I managed to successfully get to the end of this video. I'm dreading editing it. Just enjoy, don't enjoy. Whatever you need to do to relax after this, do it. And thank you for being on this absolute roller coaster. I am not going to edit it to the point where it's like a stop start. I hate that. It drives me mad. I don't like editing videos anyway because I prefer long form content. I mean, it's never going to be short form with me, let's face that. But this is just what it's like for me sometimes. It's higgledy-piggledy, it's manic, it's chaotic, it's very raw and real. My drugs timer will be going off, or my medicine timer rather, in case YouTube decides to block that. The cat will be screaming. Boo will be going mad because he's not getting enough attention, or he wants his millionth treat for the day. The door might go. I'll forget half my stuff in the other room and have to waddle out there to get it. It's just me. And I hope that that's good enough. But thank you for being here. Thank you for just being wonderful and helping me to build my confidence up. Let me know if you're going to the cross stitch stitchy day at Bury St Edmunds. I know it's not Bury St Edmunds, but like I said, I can't quite remember where exactly it is. And just go and give everybody that I've mentioned loads of love. And yeah, let me know how you are below. Let me know how you're doing. I hope that those of you who have been experiencing the heat wave, wherever you are in the world, are doing okay. I am not. I don't fare well in the heat. But yeah, just hydrate yourselves, keep yourself cool, keep yourself safe. And as always, if you have not been told today, this week, this month, you are worthy and you are loved. And I will see you super soon. Bye.